Hi to all you beautiful people out there listening to our podcast. Welcome to episode 14 of Decoding Helix. Yeah, hello and welcome to episode 14. My name's Sabin, I'm your host, and I've decided to title today's episode Fool's Gold. Now, if you don't know what fool's gold is, they're actually iron pyrites that look a lot like gold, but in actual fact are completely worthless. So let me explain what I mean by that title. I deal with social media a lot. That's pretty much what my company is all about. We consult with other businesses and teach them how to really use social media, what it all means, and how they can actually get the best possible use out of it and get results for themselves, get customers coming through the door, get people trusting their brand, and really getting their brand out there. Having said that, I've actually come across quite a lot of businesses that do something that is absolutely just fake, man, and what I'm talking about is people, companies, businesses buying likes and buying followers. Now, that kind of thing really hurts you in the long run, and most people don't even understand that. They think it looks good for anyone coming to my page, I'm on this platform, I'm doing really well, I've got a lot of people coming through, and the reason for that is because I have so many followers. It just looks good to the eye, it's appealing. But in actual reality, what that tends to do is, over time, sink your account. It'll sink your page. And the way that happens is basically when the algorithm recognizes that the people following you have no basic interest in anything that you're doing. So if you're buying followers, for instance, and those people never interact with your business on your profile, they never they never comment on anything, they never share, because that's not what they're being paid to do. They're just being paid to sit there and look pretty. It's basically going to sink your page. And you know what? Algorithms like the one that Facebook is running absolutely recognizes that. You have Instagram, same sort of thing. It recognizes that over time as well. YouTube, my goodness, pretty much all of the big ones out there, pretty much all the big platforms. Now, the reason for that is because if you go back to why these platforms exist in the first place, it is because they pretty much were made to connect people, okay? So if you're not really connecting with your audience and nobody is really, having any backwards and forwards with your company, with your profile on social media, then your company is pretty much going to get nowhere. And that's just as simple as that. Now, on the flip side of that, another thing that companies themselves don't seem to understand is the whole influencer thing. Which influencers should you really get? Which influencers do you trust? Which influencers actually are going to get more people on board for you because they're really trusted and they have real followings? Because you see, those kinds of influencers that have millions of followers, that have huge profiles, you're going to find that most times it's those profiles of those of those so-called influencers that actually don't have as many followers as you would love to believe they do. See, as a company, what you most likely would do is look at the number of people that are following this one person, and look at those really inflated numbers and think, that's exactly what I want. Because this person has so many followers, they're going to be able to influence that many people towards our product or our service and really help us to deliver on this quarter or whatever the case is. But in actual reality, some of these guys, what they do is they themselves buy followers so that they can actually inflate their numbers and look really good to people like you. And you end up paying, fantastic sums of money to these people so that they can actually, promote your products, promote your services. But in reality, what ends up happening is not a lot of people will see that. You're not going to get any sales, really. You're not going to get any more brand recognition. It's really not going to go anywhere. You're going to have great numbers as far as people looking at your product and all that kind of stuff, because that's what they're being paid to do. But you're not really going to get the sales. And that's what you're relying on, because at the end of the day, that's why you're paying those influencers. So it's really a two-pronged thing. Whether you are a company that is looking to, look like there's a ton of people following you because you're so good at what you do. You might buy an audience for that kind of thing for, what is it, posterity, I guess. But at the end of the day, you're not fooling anybody. And the reason you're not fooling anybody is because the thing that's tracking you is not human. It's a computer. That's what's tracking your progress. That is what's looking at your interactions with other human beings and their interactions with you. So if you really want to get somewhere, I'd suggest spending less money and less time on buying your, your followers and your likes and all that kind of stuff, and actually do a little bit of legwork. Go out there, go onto the boards, go onto, these groups where your ideal clients actually are, and start interacting with people. Don't sell them. Again, just like I said last week and, a few times before, don't try to sell these people. Just answer their questions. Okay? And eventually, they're going to, this is what people do. They're smarter than what everybody, everyone's smarter than what everybody else is giving them credit for. So they're going to notice that you're actually contributing. They're going to notice that you don't really want something out of them. And when you stop trying to sell like that all the time, people are going to start reacting positively to your brand and to your company. And that's when they're going to want to buy from you, because you're not trying to sell anything to them. You're just trying to, help them fix their problem. And at the end of the day, that's exactly why we have products and services, is because we, throughout life encounter specific circumstances that we would really love to solve. And those products and those services are able to do that for us. But if they keep attacking us all the time with buy me, come on, I only cost this much money, what's the matter with you? Then I guarantee you that those people are just going to be turned off. So again, it's about taking the time, and it's about actually investing your time in the right places on social media to get real value and real followers that care about your brand. And those people, in turn, if you treat them correctly, as though they were your friends, really, then they're going to turn around and actually become brand ambassadors on your behalf. And you're not going to have to pay them a cent. They're just going to be thrilled to bits about what your product can do for them, what your service can deliver on. So, instead of paying thousands of dollars to somebody that doesn't really care, isn't even in the same country as you are, has no idea about what your brand stands for and what you're trying to achieve, I'd much rather that you start reaching the people that you really want to reach with your social media profiles. Once you do that, you're actually going to see some serious success, okay? It does take time, in case you were wondering. It takes time. It's work. But as with everything, if you keep working at it, you will find success. You're going to find what you're looking for. So it's totally up to you whether you want to keep spending money just because you want to look good, or whether you want to do the work and be good. That's pretty much all I had for today. It's not, it's not a long episode or anything like that. And I just want to say, if you are listening out there, I've noticed that there's a few downloads happening. Right now, it's not a massive show or anything like that, but that's fine. If I can help at least one person, that is all that matters. If there's someone out there that's looking to start their own business or has already started, but they've been struggling on social media and they've listened to some of these podcasts, and, if you were able to pick up, a few points that you could implement and you've seen results from that, then that's what's going to make me happy. Because there's no point me talking to, a room full of nothing over here. I'd much rather be helping you guys to actually get somewhere. And that's the whole point of this. I didn't start this to make money off of it. I didn't start this to, sell you ideas that aren't going to lead you anywhere. Everything is work. Okay, and if you're not used to that idea by now, being a self-proclaimed entrepreneur, then maybe this game isn't for you. All right, maybe look for something that's a lot easier. Like maybe a 9-to-5 would suit you better. Even though you hate it, you never know. Something might turn up that will actually be right up your alley. But if you are an entrepreneur and you're serious about what you want to achieve with your business, then I would suggest that instead of trying to fake your way to the top, you might want to actually take a real hard look at what you are doing as far as work is concerned to get people on side, to bring people into your brand and into your products and actually show them how you can help them. That's the whole point of this. A lot of people don't believe that that this kind of marketing works. A lot of people think that you need to continuously just ram ads at people and hope that very soon they're going to buy stuff from you. But the case doesn't usually swing that way. People don't usually respond very well to being told what to do, and neither do you, for that matter, if you're if you're going to think about it. Now, I hope I don't come across as somebody who's trying to tell you what to do. By all means, I don't care. Throw this podcast away if it doesn't help you, if you don't think that what I'm saying is actually the real deal. And unsubscribe and stop listening and all that kind of stuff. But if you believe that what I'm telling you is actually the right thing, and you might want to put in a little bit more elbow grease into your business, then you're going to find that the results you will have are a lot stronger and a lot better than just buying your way to the top. Because once the money runs out, you're not going to be able to pay anybody anything. And they're going to scatter. And once they scatter, all your profiles are going to be bare bones. Because you've spent all your energy trying to put on a magic show for the people that you really would have wanted to have on side. But you were able to reach nobody in the end. And that's pretty much what's happened to quite a few businesses. They inflate their numbers on social because they want to look good. They want to look like they're actually getting somewhere and a lot of people know about them. But those people have never bought their products. They got no idea. They got no idea what your company can do for them. So just remember that next time before you pull out your wallet, before you're about to start, spreading the cash around to people that'll follow you for a few weeks or a few months or whatever, until you hope that somebody's going to come along to your profile and actually like you for you. Then I would actually suggest going to those groups, going to those forums, and start talking with people. There's a ton of there's Reddit out there that's full of forums. I'm sure that you're going to find a subreddit that suits you right down to a T. Get into those forums and don't sell. Just start having a conversation with people. Okay? There's also groups on Facebook if you want to do that. There's Twitter. You can always put your opinion out on Twitter. There's a ton of people that are on Twitter. So there's quite a number of things that you can do for your business to actually have not just a strong start, but a real start with real fans and real people who want to like your product. But if you're going to keep inflating things and you're going to keep giving them a story that's just not real, then what's going to happen is, first of all, no one's going to see your stuff, as I said before, because those algorithms that are out there, they don't look for, they don't look for high numbers. They don't look for a bunch of likes only. They actually look for other things. They look for comments. They look for shares. They look for, relevance to the people that are attached to your, the people that are following you on your profiles. So it's completely up to you how you attack this. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if this makes sense and you are one of those people that have forked out cash and paid for a bunch of people that most likely have no idea who you are and never will, you're not going to be able to get anywhere. And it's just as simple as that. If you don't believe me, that's fine. That's cool. But I would recommend that you do your own research, because in my opinion, If you go in this blind and you think that you can get away with doing this for, a while, you're going to find that it's going to be an uphill battle once you finally realize that buying your way to, 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, whatever the case is just not going to work out well for your business. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this episode. As I said, I've seen this happen a lot over, the number of years that I've been dealing in social media. And, those two things are really big. First off, do not buy your audience. Do not buy your likes if you are a company. And also, if you're a company, do not spend your money on influencers that are not legitimate. Okay? You're going to be able... There are so many signs that you can tell this kind of thing by. And I don't want to go into it now because I want to sort of end the episode on here. I've been droning on for a bit. So, look, if you want, I can touch on that subject a little bit later. Give you guys some real insights on how to spot a fake account, just so you don't get yourself in some sort of trouble. Now, again, these are only going to be guidelines, but for the most part, it's what I've seen where people have where companies have paid thousands of dollars to these so-called influencers and have gotten no return whatsoever, except for a bunch of inflated numbers that really mean nothing. So those numbers are only worth as much as the piece of paper that they're printed on. But anyway, I will let you go. I hope you guys are having a very good week so far. I hope you've you've been able to get ahead. I hope you've been able to achieve some of the milestones that you've set for yourselves. And if you have, great. I'd love to hear about what business you are in. I'd love to be able to know if there's anything that you guys are sort of struggling with as far as social media wise. And I'd love to be able to start a conversation with you if you are up for it. Not for the sake of selling you anything. If you've been listening to my podcast, you'll know that I'm not about that. But at the same time, everyone needs some help sometimes. So if you are struggling out there, if you need a little bit of a hand, some guidance, some pointers, or whatever it is, write them down in the comments. I'd love to be able to hear from you, and maybe you never know. Maybe we can help each other out. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there, but until next time, please take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're doing the right thing as far as your social media accounts are concerned. And as always, just take care of yourselves, all right? There's nothing more important than, to getting ahead than actually looking after yourself a little bit better. So don't think that burning yourself out like a hero is actually going to make your business run faster. So, all right, until next time, I'm Sabin. This is Decoding Helix, and I will catch you in the next episode.